This used to be my fishing kit. I got it down to this size, and now it's down to this size. So I've been working on dwindling down my fishing kits for a while now, and getting away from nylons and plastics and things like that wherever I can. So that's included soft plastics fishing as well. I've still got plenty of soft plastic stuff to go through, and I'm going to keep using it for a little while, but I'm really shifting my focus away from that, and even the plastic containers, getting away from those and electing to use more of these old tobacco tins. Not only am I not using as much plastic, but I'm also saving a lot of space. And last year I started really getting into minimalism a lot more, and just naturally going from a big bag like this to a little tiny box like this has been really, really handy. Even just when I go away, I don't really have to think about packing a kit, because I've pretty much already got the kit ready to go in most circumstances. I do have a second kit. So I'll show you this. I've got the two tobacco tins, and this one is just a little kit of, it's got some flies in there, it's got some sinkers and hooks and swivels, so I can use that pretty well anywhere. And this one is the little luring kit. So same deal, it's just a little tobacco tin. It's got this little parchment of brushed cotton. It can be annoying getting hooks and stuff stuck on there, but the beauty of using the brushed cotton is that you don't hear the rattling around of lures when you're walking around, but also when I've got a lure that's been in the water and I'm going to switch it over and put it away, pack it down, it goes in here and it dries off. So that's been pretty handy. So what I'm going to go through now is just some of the lures that have been working really, really well for me, particularly last year, and what I'll be using more and more of this year. So I won't be really including a lot of the soft plastics that I've got. I won't be including any of them really. Things like these little 2-inch grubs. I'll show you this one. I love these to death, but I won't be using them. Same with the Calico Candy minnow plastic. I won't be using it. I am thinking about alternatives. So like a gelatin glycerine lure maybe. I've just got to test that out. I haven't really had the chance to do that yet. So right now I'm just sticking mainly with spinners, spoons, metal slugs, a couple of hard bodies. So the first one I'll show you is the Mepps Aglia in a size 1. So this is in the brown trout color, and this has been my #1 spinner all through last year. So I've gotten, with this lure alone, heaps of trout, redfin, yellow belly. I think I got a carp maybe the other week, but I couldn't pull it in and then it ended up snapping off, but it felt like a carp. So I've caught heaps and heaps of fish with just this one little lure. It's got a really nice pattern on it, like a brown trout, as well as a little speckle on it as well. It has got this little orange, pinky sort of plastic thing on there that I'll switch out for something else, but it's been, absolutely dynamite. So that will sit back in my pack. This one is the Blue Fox. Now this one's a little bit bigger, size 2. But this has also been really, really good, particularly for redfin, because they tend to go for the red colours. I haven't caught any trout on this yet. I haven't had this one nearly as long, but it's been really nice to get a really big cast on it. And because you've got this bigger body on it as well, it imitates a slightly bigger bait, something to go after. Now this one, the Kelter, ouch. Stuck in my finger. So this one is the Kelter, and they size their spinners a little bit differently than, say, what the Mepps do. So this one is technically a size 2, but it's the same size and grammage as the size 1 in the Aglia. This one, every time I've used this, I haven't actually felt any movement on the rod. Usually you get a little kind of feeling like a vibration when you're using lures like this, and you can see it when it comes back in the water. You can see it spinning around really, really quickly, and that's what's creating that vibration in the rod that you're feeling. I haven't felt it on this one at all. So this one's probably not going to stay in the kit for very long. It is going in there because it's a bit of a sparey, and I've kind of been using it as a tester for waters to see if there's lots of snags and stuff like that, if I feel confident enough that I'm not going to spook off a trout or something. However, in the Kelter range, I have been really impressed with the exact same lure, but in a size 1. And as you can see, that's a pretty small lure, even in comparison to that size 1 Meps. So it's tiny, little teeny tiny tot, but that's been really, really good for redfin. You can't cast it as fast, so your big lakes, unless you're casting along the banks and hitting the banks, you're not really going to get much out of it with that. But very, very nifty lure. This one is the Tassie Devil's Spoon lure, and this has probably been the newest one for me in terms of this style of lure. I haven't had one like this before. I've had the Tassie Devils and they work really, really well. But this guy is much heavier and it wobbles. It's got this like goldy, brassy color on the backside. I did switch out the treble on it because the trebles were quite big. And I know some people have got issues with changing out trebles because they think that if you change it over, you're going to change the action on the lure. That might be true on some hard bodies, but I have not found that to be true on this. I've had plenty of follows and plenty of takes from redfin. As you can see though, I have not actually put the treble back on this lure. This is where the treble on the spoon came from. This is just a great little topwater floating hard body. It's got a nice little sort of reddish eye as well. I haven't caught a lot of fish on it. I've had quite a few follows, but not many takes. So I'll probably get a couple of different hard body style lures like that. I have got a Halco wobbler in there. It's not a very big one, 5 grams, but that's been really, really good. Just something, again, just a little bit different and more of a silver flash instead, which is vastly different from this bright pink and gold. And sometimes I don't like to have too much color. So this is a really nice one, especially in clear water. The Meps, I don't know if you're seeing a trend here, but I kind of like Meps. The Thunderbug in the brown, very natural style colors with just a little bit of this flashy tinsel, which, yes, it's not lost on me that there's plastic on this lure, but again, this is a transition, not elimination. Always keep extra clips with you. The clips are really, really handy so you don't have to keep on tying knots. When I do tie a knot directly to the spinner, I always leave a little loop at the end anyway, just so then the spinner can feed around the loop rather than being locked in place to this. I feel like you get a much better action that way. So it's personal preference. So that in those cases, I don't mind using those little clips. And last one, again, it's another Meps, and it is another Aglia, and I do really like this one because it is a bit different. So it's an Aglia lure. It's got a really nice color on the actual spinner itself, green, red, gold splash. It's got these little kind of freckles along the top. Another Meps Aglia, if you're wondering what it is, it's a size 1. This is another really basic spinner. You'll notice with these, they've all got this little red band on it as well. It's just an extra bit of color. What makes this one so different is all of this flash and hair at the back. Doesn't seem like much, but you've got a little eye here, which really, really helps with follows. You got a little red dash there, which I like. You've got a single hook here, and I'm guessing the reason why you've got a single hook there and not a treble is because all of this hair here, you don't want to get it all janked up, because that's connected to a little wire trace here that then goes to a very tiny treble right at the back. And when this one is in the water, you won't be able to see it now because it's dry, but all of this goes wet. This comes back as well. All of this goes wet and it really resembles like a little fish in the water. So you got a spinner and you got basically a fish in the water. So that all gets tucked away in there. Sometimes when the fishing is slow and you're feeling frustrated and you're trying to pull lures out and you're getting all the hooks janked up, that can be a little bit annoying, I get it. But you know, as the motto goes, convenience kills. So we're gonna go the inconvenient route. But that That is really convenient in my backpack. I can even put that in my pocket.